Victory Brewing Company, Summer Love, Golden Ale, 5.2% alcohol. And Victory Brewing Company out of Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Let's give it a shot. When you think of Victory, or at least when I think of Victory beers, this is exactly what I taste in my head when I think about Victory Brewing Company. It's an ale, but it's got that hop flavor to it. And I think that's kind of a staple of Victory. They tend to have that nice hop flavor, but they don't just stick to the IPAs. They venture out and they do other beers. But when I see Victory, when I see a sign or a sticker or an advertisement or even a bottle in their store, immediately what goes through my head is a slight hop flavor. And that's not a bad thing. That's nothing against Victory. I do like some of their beers. It's an ale with that overly hop flavor. You're really not getting much else besides just a hoppy ale. It leans towards the light side on the ale, but I mean, it's the hop flavor is very strong. But this is just what I consider a typical Victory beer. And again, that's not a bad thing. If you like the hops in a beer, you want something a little bit more crisp that would kind of remind you of something that you would get in like the summertime. This is not a bad beer. I can see guys, maybe the IPA drinkers, kind of enjoying this, but it might not be enough to satisfy them. But I think this is a good mix in between those who aren't diehard IPA fans, but they also lean towards the lagers and the lighter ales. But my drinkability on this, I could see 2 or 3 of these would be sufficient. Definitely, even as it's advertised, a warmer month beer. But I wouldn't neglect categorizing this as a year-round beer either. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give this a 6, only because I don't exactly know where it falls. If I want an IPA, there's plenty of IPAs to go to. If I want a summer ale, there's other beers I can go to. And there's not a whole lot of flavor behind just the hops. And I think most average drinkers, they don't really go after hop flavor rather than, especially if they're going to spend the money on something like this that they see on the shelf. It's just kind of, it's too much risk and reward, and I don't think there's enough reward for the risk that they're buying this beer for. So if you're a craft beer drinker, sure, go give this a shot. You might have a different opinion than I do. But I think for the average drinker, this is something they might want to steer clear from. So again, Victory Brewing Company, Summer Love Golden Ale, 5.2% alcohol. Hey guys, if you like that, why don't you head on over to my YouTube channel where I do more beer reviews, where I do all the drinking and you do all the listening and judging. I don't know how that's fair, but you're welcome.